Are you ready to settle the age-old debate of who is the strongest arm wrestler of all time? We're talking about the heavyweights here, folks. We've got Devon Larret, the Canadian powerhouse, and John Brzenk, the American legend. These two titans have been going head-to-head since 1999, and we're about to break down their epic battles over the years. So grab your popcorn, take a seat, and let's get ready to rumble. Background. Now, before we dive into the matches between these two legends, let's talk a bit more about who they are and what makes them so great. First up, we have Devon Larret, the Canadian sensation. This guy is an absolute beast. He's known for his massive biceps, his incredible strength, and his technical skill. When he's on the table, it's like watching a machine in action. Devon has won multiple world championships and is widely regarded as one of the best arm wrestlers of all time. And then we have John Brzenk, the American icon. This guy is a legend in the sport of arm wrestling. He's been called the Michael Jordan of arm wrestling, and for good reason. John has been dominating the arm wrestling scene for over 2 decades. He's won countless championships and has set records that still stand today. What makes John so great is his ability to adapt and overcome. He's faced off against some of the toughest competitors in the world, and he always finds a way to come out on top. Now, the interesting thing about these two arm wrestlers is that they have very different styles. Devon is known for his power and explosiveness, while John is more of a finesse player. Devon likes to go for the quick win, while John will wear his opponents down over time. It's really fascinating to watch these two styles clash on the arm wrestling table, and that's what makes their matches so exciting. Devon Larret and John Brzenk are two of the most incredible arm wrestlers to ever grace the table. They've both made their mark on the sport in their own unique ways, and we're about to see how their paths have crossed over the years in some epic matches. Devon Larret and John Brzenk from 1999 to 2010. It's time to get down to business. Let's talk about the matches between Devon Larret and John Brzenk from 1999-2010. These two were at the top of their game during this time period, and they faced off against each other multiple times. Their first meeting was in 1999 at the World Arm Wrestling Championships in Kelowna, Canada. This was Devon's first major tournament, and he was up against the seasoned veteran John Brzenk. In a surprise upset, Devon took the win over John, and the arm wrestling world took notice. Over the next few years, Devon and John would meet again and again on the table. They each had their wins and losses, but one thing was clear. These two were evenly matched. In 2008, they faced off in what many consider to be one of the best arm wrestling matches of all time. It was a back-and-forth battle, with both Devon and John showing off their incredible strength and skill. In the end, Devon came out on top, but it was a close call. And then, in 2010, the two met once again at the World Arm Wrestling Championships in Mesquite, Nevada. This time, it was John who came out on top, winning the match and the championship title. It was a sweet victory for John, who had been working hard to regain his top spot after his previous losses to Devon. So, what can we learn from these matches between Devon and John? Well, first of all, it's clear that these two are among the best arm wrestlers to ever step foot on the table. Their matches were intense, exciting, and full of surprises. And secondly, it's clear that neither of them was willing to back down or give up. They both pushed themselves to their limits in every match, and that's what makes them true champions. Devon Larret versus John Brzenk 2011 to 2021. Let's get into the matches between Devon Larret and John Brzenk from 2011 to 2021. These two have continued to dominate the sport and have faced off against each other in some epic battles. One of the most notable matches between Devon and John during this time period was in 2014 at the WAL, or World Arm Wrestling League Championships. Devon had been on a hot streak, winning multiple tournaments and titles leading up to this match. John, on the other hand, had been struggling with injuries and had not been performing at his best, but that didn't stop him from giving it his all in this match. In the end, Devon took the win, but it was a hard-fought battle that showcased the skill and determination of both arm wrestlers. Another memorable match between Devon and John was in 2018 at the Zloty Tour Arm Wrestling Challenge in Poland. This time, John came out on top, beating Devon in what many consider to be an upset. It was a huge moment for John, who had been dealing with a lot of doubt and criticism leading up to this match. But he proved his doubters wrong and showed that he still had what it takes to be a top-level arm wrestler. And then, in 2019, Devon and John faced off once again in a WAL match. This time, it was Devon who took the win, solidifying his position as one of the best arm wrestlers in the world. It's clear that the rivalry between Devon and John is still as intense and exciting as ever. Legacy and impact of Devon Larratt and John Brzenk. As we come to the end of this video, it's important to take a moment and reflect on the legacy and impact that Devon Larratt and John Brzenk have had on the sport of arm wrestling. Both Devon and John have been instrumental in popularizing and growing the sport of arm wrestling, not just in the United States, but all over the world. They've inspired countless athletes to pick up the sport and strive for excellence in their own right. Their rivalry has brought attention and excitement to arm wrestling, and their matches have been watched by millions of people around the world. They've been featured in documentaries, television shows, and even movies, further cementing their place in popular culture. But perhaps most importantly, Devon and John have shown us what it means to be true sportsmen. They've always shown respect and admiration for their opponents, win or lose. They've demonstrated that it's possible to be fierce competitors and still have a deep appreciation and love for the sport and for each other. All right, folks, that's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed learning about the rivalry between Devon and John and who is the strongest arm wrestler of all time. As we've seen, these two athletes have had some incredible matches over the years, showcasing their skill, determination, and love for the sport. And while it's hard to say definitively who is the strongest arm wrestler of all time, one thing is for sure, both Devon and John have left an indelible mark on the world of arm wrestling. So whether you're a seasoned arm wrestling veteran or just getting into the sport, we hope you'll continue to follow the careers of these amazing athletes and keep the spirit of arm wrestling alive. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.